అంటే ఓకే అండి, ఓకే అండి, ఓకే అండి. A very good evening, everyone present here. Today is a wonderful day, and it gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this second day of virtual spoken English class on apprehension to articulation, enhancing speaking skills. Prayer song. God answers every prayer. When the idea is not right, God says no. When the time has not arrived, God says slow. We have good plans for ourselves, but God has better plans for us. So let's start the session with prayer song to seek the blessings of God.
Give me a channel of your peace. Where there is hatred, let me break your rule. Where there is injury, or war and war. Where there's doubt, true faith make me a channel of your peace. Where there's despair and life, let me bring where there is darkness, only light.
May I now invite one of my colleagues, Dr. M. Indumadi, to propose welcome. Welcome, address. Please, ma'am.
A very good evening to one and all present here. I feel deeply honored as well as very privileged to introduce our prolific and generous guest of honor, Dr. T. Sridevi, Assistant Professor of English, who is a very profound woman, who is successful enough, who is a workaholic, working at the Department of English at the SRM University. She has been gaining the work experience in many institutions from 2000 to till date. Her educational background is so strong. She has obtained Bachelor of Arts from Manonmaniam Sundaranaar University. She has obtained her first class Master of Arts degree from the same university. She has done her Master of Philosophy in English from Manonmaniam Sundaranaar University. She received her PhD degree in 2017 at the same university in Tirunelveli. Furthermore, she has conducted a session on presentation skills FDP organized by SRM Institute of Science and Technology. She has edited few books with Perception Publishing House UP collaboration. She has published a number of journals under UGC Care List and Scopus. It is highly impossible to mention her every single accomplishment because they are a lot. It is such as honor for us to have you today between us, ma'am. Once again, I welcome you, ma'am, to this resourceful session.
Thank you, Dr. Indumati. Am I
Yes, ma'am.
audible? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Your voice audible, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Dr. Indumati has exaggerated my academic aspirants. I hope so. Okay, anyway, it was nice to hear, ma'am. Thanks a lot. And thanks a lot for a warm welcome. And I made a special request with Vishalakshi ma'am to have an interactive session with the students. And if possible, if they are interested and convenient, they could turn on their videos. Okay, is it possible, guys? My dear friends, my dear student friends, are you interested? Are you interested or convenient to turn on your videos?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry for the interruption, ma'am. Dear students, please turn on your video.
No, ma'am. If they are convenient, let them do, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Don't compel them. Good. Okay, Madhu, Dhanlakshmi, Yogeshwaran. I hope so. The name is different. Yeah, right? Okay. So most of the members have joined in their father's or brother's ID. That's why the name is something different and their gender is different. Okay. So first of all, I wish to say all the best to all the first year students. You have selected a very good college for your higher education, and I have gone through your website. They offer you very good courses, and I have gone through especially English department syllabus as well as your part 2 syllabus, and the syllabus is well designed and well structured. Okay. I hope so. If we conduct a program like this for the second year, it is waste because your teachers would have taught you everything. In the second year, if we come for the same session, the second year in the same date, you will have the mentality, you will have in the notion that, oh, this is what Vishalakshmi taught me, this is what Dr. Indumati taught me. Okay, because in such a way your curriculum is designed. Your part two syllabi is designed only based on LSRW, which will help you, which will enhance your language skill. So for that, I have to appreciate your college and your university for having such a wonderful syllabi for you. And I hope so, students, you all know what's the topic today, right? What's the topic today? Can anyone say? What's the topic for the session? On what session, what topic I'm going to discuss something with you. Don't take this as a session. Don't take this. This is a presentation. This is what just we are going to discuss. Okay, because from third standard and some students from the KG onwards, you are studying English, right? So I'm not going to tell anything new what you didn't study so far. Okay, so what already you have nearly 12 years of experience with English. That's why we are going to discuss something. I'm not going to present anything, or this is not going to be an one woman show. That's what I wanted to confirm with you. Okay, so now tell me, any one of you, what's the topic? What's the topic for today's discussion? I don't know what's the name of that student, but he has joined with the Madhu ID. She is singing a lot. Okay, so I'll give you time. Sorry? I want a speaking skill, but I need the exact title. Okay, no problem. Do anyone want to attempt? Make an attempt?
Spoken English. Spoken English.
Spoken English. Okay, good. Any other? We have a specific topic for this. Vishalakshmi ma'am insisted me to give a a special topic for you. No idea. No idea.
Maybe about vocabulary.
Maybe about vocabulary. Okay. Okay. Good.
Or about parts of speech.
Parts of speech. Okay. Wow. So many ideas I am getting.
Or about the difference between British English and American English.
Wow, what a topic. Vishalakshmi ma'am, please note this. So these are all the expectations from the student side.
Homophones.
Homophones. Okay, no problem. Okay, then I shall this. Yeah, Shalini, do you want to say anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, tell me. Okay. Okay, ma'am. So when I start sharing my screen, you will get what's the topic's name exactly. Okay. So before that, I want to ask you a personal question. Okay. How many of you have passion towards English? I wanted to talk in English. You may set a role model, right? How many of you have a passion towards the language English? In English literature students, Sarah. Okay, Sarah, please raise your hand, Sarah. Is the option given in this forum? Could you raise your hand? Is it possible? No? Okay, I'll make a note. Okay, Sarah is interested and others.
I have an interest.
Okay. You have to tell the name because you have joined with your either your father's name or your brother's name? It's stated as Manimaran.
One Shalini.
Shalini. Okay, Shalini, and then
No. No.
okay. Who else? Who else? Who else? I have 83 participants here, 82 participants. If we exclude Vishalakshmi ma'am and Indumati ma'am and me also. So 82 members. Out of 82 members, only 2 members showed their interest. Showed their interest to talk in English. And what about others? What about others? What about others? Don't think that
Me, ma'am.
yeah, no, what, Jasmine?
Arshata Nasrin.
Okay, okay.
Nasrin. Arshata
Okay,
Nasrin.
okay. 3 members. Guys, don't expect that I will leave you as you have told the answer in negative. Okay? Because I'm going to start the session with you only. Okay?
Ma'am, I like to speak in English.
Okay. Then what happened? You also like, okay, good. So in total we have only 6 members, right? Out of 83, only 6 members, they have a passion towards English, the language English. Okay. So may I know, as the numbers are very limited, I hope so I can ask you the reason how you got, otherwise why do you like English?
Because of my English teacher.
Because of Sarah?
Because of my English teacher. She used to speak very good English. And she
Wow.
has a good. How polite she was.
Super, super, super. Please convey my regards to her, okay?
Sure, ma'am.
Okay. And then, Shalini and Nasrin? Nasrin? Nasrin?
Many people with different accents, different languages.
Sorry, ma.
English can interact many people who speak different languages. So I like that.
Okay, if you are well versed in English, we can communicate with more number of people without minding about their country or what's their regional language, right? Because we could use English as a lingua franca, right? A common language between people. Good. Okay, Nasrin?
Yes, ma'am, I like to speak in English.
What's the reason?
But because English is a common language to all other country.
Yes.
So it is easy to talk with other people. Other so that's why I can like to speak in English.
Okay, good. Okay, it is an international language, right? Okay, very
Yes,
well.
ma'am.
Any part of the world, if you go, you can communicate with people easily.
Yes, ma'am.
Right? That's a reason. Arrow. Okay, Arrow, try to take my duty. Okay. Anyone else want to share? Anyone else wants to share? Share your experience, otherwise the reason for your interest, why you have a passion towards the language English. Anyone else?
The same reason
The
while
same
traveling
reason.
is many struggles while speaking with other people.
Yes. When we travel globally, when we come across so many
Yes, ma'am.
nations, it's easy for us to interact with people, right? Okay. So my native is Kanyakumari. I have seen people, those who come to Kanyakumari, as they don't know the regional language Tamil, they had to pay extra money for what they get. Okay. If they know the regional language, the vendors, they couldn't cheat the people, right? This is how English it's a common language, right? Almost it is an official language in most of the countries. So wherever we go, we can interact with people, we can communicate with people This is the main reason, right? So I need not give any introduction about the language, because yesterday when Visalakshmi ma'am started the session, she had given a lot of information about the importance of English, right? Okay. But my question here is, the next question is, do we talk in English? Do we talk in an effective English?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. What could be the reason? So this is the objective. This is the objective of this session. Okay. So wait a minute now. Let me share my session. Share my screen. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now you tell me what's the topic?
Apprehension to articulation.
Okay. Apprehension to articulation, enhancing speaking
Speaking
skills.
skills.
Okay. So what do you mean by apprehension? What do you mean by apprehension? So you see here only 6 members have showed their interest and they have informed us that they have a passion towards this language, right? Others, do you mean that others don't have passion towards English? They don't want to talk in English? Can we conclude like that? Can we conclude like that? Can we conclude like that? Is it right if we conclude that the remaining members, they don't have passion, otherwise they don't have the interest to talk in English? Can we conclude like that?
No, ma'am.
No, no, right? Definitely not. Because this is everyone in this world. Okay, so if Tamil students are there, they are Tamil department students. For their profession, they are after Tamil, right? I'm a lover of Tamil, the language. Okay, but for my profession, I have chosen English. Okay, even before I have chosen this profession, before I get into this, I have chosen English as a subject for me. That time itself, in my school days itself, I had a passion towards English. Okay, I wanted to listen a lot in English. Okay, this is how any major student. Okay, this is a heterogeneous group, right? Students from various departments. I have seen when students have marked their attendance. Chemistry department, Tamil department, and English department, and which are all the other departments? Which are all the other departments? Department students available here. Which are the other departments available here, ma?
Physics, ma'am. Chemistry, ma'am.
Other departments, ma?
Physics, ma'am.
Physics, okay.
Biochemistry,
Sorry, ma?
biochemistry, ma'am.
Biochemistry, okay.
Mathematics.
Mathematics. See,
Fashion
when we miss
technology,
the,
ma'am.
when we miss the department, they come and talk with us, right? Otherwise, they won't join in the conversation. Okay, so it's a heterogeneous group. So many department students, they have joined for this session, and this is mandatory for them. I hope so. Say 2 years you have to study foundation English, right, pa? Here we have for only 1 year, and what about you? 2 years, right? 2 years you have foundation English, right? Am I right?
Here also 1 year, ma'am.
1 year only, ma'am.
Yeah, 1 year, ma'am.
Okay. But when we were in college days, we had studied it for 2 years, right, ma'am?
Part 2, yeah, we have Part 2 English for 2 years.
Part 2 English for 2 years.
Yes, ma'am, except BCom CA, we
Okay.
have 4 semesters, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, very fine, ma'am. Okay, So you see, even though they are from various departments, everyone, they have they have a longing. Otherwise, some people, if they couldn't talk, otherwise, if they don't understand English, at the time when others talk, they have a longing to talk like that person, right? Even when Sarah mentioned about her interest, she told that she was attracted to by a teacher, right? The way the teacher communicated with the students, the way the teacher, she played with the words, that attracted Sarah, right? This is how every student, even in the, especially in this modern world, so every student has an interest towards English, but the thing is they don't open up their what they feel have in their mind. Okay, the reason, the main reason. So that reason is the objective of this session. See, what do you see on the screen? What do you see on the screen?
Adjective.
Objective. So below to the objective, what do you see?
Car.
A car.
A car.
Can't you see any write-ups?
One is luxurious and another one is damaged.
Okay, one is, it's a sports car, right? It's a costly car. It's a Bosch car, right? And the other one,
Old car.
what is that?
It was a lot ID.
It's a old car which was damaged. It's a very old model. It's a damage. Okay, can't you see what is?
Expectation is
Okay, so what is written? What is written above that cars? So the above the
expectation
first.
wise, English is easy to speak, but it's really it's damaged.
Okay, that's when you give a very different dimension. I like it. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, fine, ma. Okay. So can you see what is written at the top? On the top, on above the cars.
It's my
The English
English in my mind. The
Okay.
second picture is the English I speak.
Okay. So you see, this is a problem of us. This is a problem of us. Okay. We know it. We have the passion and we like to talk a lot. Okay. And if anyone asks you to write it, okay, and whatever you feel about a particular thing, we have so many points. But when we are asked to communicate in a forum, okay, when we, you see, you might have tested it in class itself, right? See, you know the answer, but when you have a fear on crowd, okay, you never open up your mind, right? Okay, so this is what very true with our communication skill too. Okay, we all know that. The structure is very easy. Subject, verb, object. That's all English, right? Don't you know how to structure it? We know that, but structuring it and communicating, the articulation, okay, that is the problem for us. Okay, so what are all the techniques? What are all the things you have to concentrate a lot? Okay, that is what we are going to discuss on today's session. Apprehension. Apprehension is nothing but fear.
Understanding.
That is understanding, that is apprehend. Okay, understanding means apprehend. This is apprehension. Apprehension, that means fear for something. Okay, especially fear for articulation. That is what called apprehension. Speech apprehension. Okay, so we know what to say, but immediately when our name is called, what we will do? We will start mumbling, right? Words won't come continuously, spontaneously. We started stammering for words, but we know everything. Okay, so that all happened only because of the fear. Okay, so what we are going to do to break this apprehension, and from that stage, from the stage of apprehension to articulation. What do you mean by articulation?
Clarity in protection of successive notes.
clarity in
Protection of successive notes.
successive notes. Okay. You belong to which department, Sarah?
I belongs to become CA first year, ma'am.
Okay, okay.
And my name is Shweta.
Sweta. Okay, okay, Sweta. Okay, better you could have renamed your names, right? So it's very hard for me to remember everyone's name. Okay, that's why whatever is on the screen I use. Okay, so articulation is arranging everything, whatever you wanted to communicate, arrange the points in an order, in a coherent order, in in an unified way, and express it. That is what called articulation. Okay, from the stage of fear on something and to the stage of open up yourself. This is what called that this is the prime objective of this session. Okay, so this session may help you, I'm not sure, may help you to enhance, to develop your speaking skill. Okay, let's see what these are all the points we are going to discuss in today's session. Okay, first we are going to see what is speaking skill in English and why it is important and what are all the 5 elements you have to develop to make your speaking skill very effective. Okay, and what are all, sorry, Oro?
கூகுள் மீட்ல அட்டன் பண்ணாலும் சரி இல்லை யூடியூப் அட்டன் பண்ணாலும் சரி உங்களோட அட்டண்டன்ஸ் வந்து இட்ஸ் வெரி இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். ஸோ
Okay, so see, so what are the barriers? What are the barriers? What are the stoppage, obstacles which will not allow you to communicate effectively, speak effectively? That we are going to see, and suggestions to overcome the barriers. I'm not going to spend a separate time for it. In between the elements, in between the barriers, while we talk, that time itself I'll give you the suggestions, and we shall end the session with question answer. Are you clear? Are you clear what we are going to do? What we are going to do? Good. Okay. So what is speaking skill? Again, once again, I tell you, I'm not going to inform you anything very tough, otherwise which is unknown to you, as it is a bridge course. I'm going to be a bridge between your what you are going to study in this LSRW syllabus as well as what you have studied in +2. I hope so you didn't study anything, right? You're all Corona set students, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Some schools, they might have conducted online classes. Okay, good. Okay. So what is speaking skill? The ability to speak confidently and fluently. So how you are going to get the confident? Okay. So the communication skill, otherwise the speaking skill is nothing but the ability, acquiring the ability to speak, to communicate, and whatever the feelings you have, whatever the emotions you have, right? In some cases, in some places, we wanted to say something, but the conversation would be in English, okay? But as you have to talk a lot, you would stop yourself, because the idea what you keep in mind, that will not be generated as sentences, okay? So that's the reason you couldn't convey whatever the feelings and emotions and the points and the information what you have in your mind. Okay, so how we have to convey those things very confidently and fluently. Fluently, you all know what it is. Okay, so when you are strong in your speaking skill, when you are very strong in your communication skills, your communication is very effective. What do you mean by effective communication? Actually, speaking skill is a different topic, and communication skill, that is different topic. Okay, so what do you mean by communicate something effectively?
We can strongly tell our thoughts.
Okay, so let me give you an example. Again, what's your name? Who has joined in Manimaran's name? Shalini. Okay. See, I asked a question. For that question, I received a message from Shalini. Right? So this is what called effective communication. So what I asked, what I say, that has to reach the listener perfectly, and I have to listen. I have to get a feedback as reply from the person. Otherwise, suppose the person might have asked me a question also in written. Okay, whatever it may be, but I have to get a feedback from the person. Okay, and if I say something, see, throughout this nearly 35 minutes passed. Okay, nearly 35 minutes passed. Did you have doubt on any of the places in our discussion? Did you have doubt on any of the places?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay. So here I can confidently say that my speaking skill, otherwise my communication was so effective because it didn't confuse the speaker. Confuse the listener. Okay. So without giving any ambiguity, without giving a second thought, if you communicate whatever you wanted to communicate to the listener, okay, that is what called communicate effectively. Okay, so if you communicate effectively, automatically that's a help to the listener. Okay, so they need not to toil their head. Oh, what this ma'am has asked, I couldn't understand, but I didn't listen it properly, I didn't understand it properly, but I have to give the right answer. Okay, so this tension we would not give if we communicate effectively. Okay, and this is a skill. Speaking skill must be developed in our school days itself, because a child could acquire any language before 10 years only. That's the reason, if you in most of the schools, they have first language, second language and third language, and after 6th standard or 8th standard, they have only 2 languages. Okay, the third language, if they have interest, they will prolong it, otherwise they would stop it, because this is human psychology, this is human capability, that till within 10 years old only, a kid can acquire any language. Okay, this is the reason the speaking skill should be developed in school days itself. But unfortunately, our system, it didn't allow, especially the education system in Tamil Nadu, it didn't allow us to have a strong foundation in speaking skill in school days itself. Okay, even in the Chamachir Kalvi, I hope so, the space is there, but whether the teachers have time to do all those practice segments, I'm not sure about it. Okay, so this should be developed in school days itself, and once you develop it, that would help you, that will travel with you, that would come with you throughout your life. So the language on which you are so strong enough in childhood itself, that language would be with you. You would be excellent in that language forever. Okay, and we have discussed what are all the importance of English, right? Okay, so every language, every invention, that is in English. Okay, every new invention and every theory, everything that is written in English, right? So once we started our education, that is endless. Till our death, we have to study. So throughout your life, English will help you. Okay, so this is what I wanted to communicate about what is a speaking skill. And then, so the next thing what I wanted to talk with you is what is speaking, why speaking skill is important. Okay, so already you have expressed your views. Okay, you have given me nice points. Anyway, so these are all the points. Okay, so is it clear to you, ma? Can you see clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so first one is to express yourself. I hope so this point already I have crossed. Okay, we have lots of things within our mind. The car, how a Bosch car was there, a rich car was there. Likewise, we have so much of information. Okay, so when we are in a discussion, we have more points than a person who is so fluent in English. They may not have any points, but we have so many points to express. But as we are lacking in effective communication or effective speaking skill, we don't contribute anything. The problem is, the problem, we feel that we can't communicate in that language. That's why whatever we have, whatever we think, we never open up ourselves and we keep quiet. Otherwise, we would tell to our friend, and the friend will communicate it, and the what? The name will go to that friend. Okay, you might have seen the movie Komali, right? Have you seen the movie Komali?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what
Yes, ma'am.
happened in the school scene, what happened? Jayam Ravi, he had a joke, right? But he didn't have the guts to say it to the ma'am. Did you know? Do you remember that scene?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. But till to the principal himself, who was very famous, who became
His friend.
famous?
Yogi
His
Babu.
friend. Yogi Babu, his friend. Why? Why?
He had the guts to speak.
He had the guts to communicate what joke he received from his friend. Okay, so this will be very helpful because so many wonderful ideas we would get. Only because of our language inefficiency, we would not communicate to others. Okay, this is the first benefit. And second benefit, conduct oneself properly in an interview. Okay, so after UG itself, your college might have arranged for campus interview, right? So nowadays, the first preference is given along with your technical skill. Okay, especially the major companies also, they don't give, they give secondary importance to the technical skill because they know how to train you. After choosing you, they know how to train you. Okay, that's why the technical knowledge, it has taken the back seat, but the communication and aptitude, the first one is communication and the second one is your aptitude, that gets the first two ranks. Okay, so how we have to attend an interview. Suppose if you have the fear and if you don't know how to introduce yourself in an interview, will you be considered? Will you be considered?
No.
No.
No, ma'am.
Right. Most of the multinational companies, they have group interviews. Do you know what is group interview?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How do they conduct group interviews, ma'am?
They will be asked multiple questions to a group, and one among them, the best will be selected.
Okay. So nearly for a slight change in this. So just let's assume that only 10 positions are there. 10 vacancies are there. Okay. But members, those who have applied for that posting would be 500 or 1000. Okay. So in those situations, group discussion will be conducted. Okay. So group discussion is the effective way of identifying people, those who have strong communication skill. Okay. So simply within, because every group discussion that will go for minimum 15 to 20 minutes. Okay. So within 1 hour itself, they could conduct 5 sessions, and in per session they might have accommodated 10 to 20 members. If it is a group interview, 10 to 20 members will be accommodated in a group discussion, and parallel sessions will be going, and within an hour, nearly, if it is 1000 members were there, nearly 700 members would be sent out. Okay, so this is how communication played a vital role. Your speaking skill played a vital role in getting a job also, because the HR, the team, they don't have the team doesn't have proper time to seek for you. Okay, moreover, for the people, those who seek for the position, that is huge in number, right? He wanted to consider everyone. That's a reason. And next, to get along with others. So this one you have talked a lot. Whenever we go across the world and whenever you wanted to communicate with the people, those who don't know your regional language. Okay, so nowadays the world become a global village, right? Why it is called as a global village, ma?
There are a lot of people with lot of emotions, and their way of living too changed too.
Okay, are you all have Facebook ID?
No, ma'am.
No. Okay, many members don't have. Okay, so in which social media is it restricted in your college? Is it restricted in your college? Because some colleges, they insist that the student should not have an account in Facebook. Okay, so no problem.
Restricted by parents.
Or restricted by parents. Okay, so social media is a platform, okay, where we can communicate with so many members. You see, it depends upon the individual how do we use the social media. Okay, so even WhatsApp is a social communication platform. Through WhatsApp only, I got the invitation to present before you. Okay, so many good things are there, and at the same time we have negatives also, but we must be matured enough how to handle it. Okay, so the global village, in the sense, you can market your products, you can receive products, you can communicate with people. Do you know how many you see, we all know that online class is just before 2 years, but online class is a culture which started earlier, nearly 10 years back. Okay, so teachers, I know teachers how they earn. People, they won't join in any institution. They work as freelancers, and they earn more than that of a teacher who is in a streamlined institution. They conduct online classes. Okay, so Tamil students, you have a bright opportunity to take online classes, online tuitions for the students in abroad. Okay, so everything is possible. So communicating with the person in the other end. Okay, the corner of the person who is in Australia, Singapore, Malaysia, with anyone you can communicate. You can have transactions, you can have business dealings, everything is possible. Okay, even people choose their partners through this. Okay, through social media and the global platforms. This is the reason world is nowadays it is called as the global village. Okay, and make effective presentation. Okay, you just imagine yourself after some why should imagine after 5 years, even in the next year itself, you'll be asked for a seminar, right? You will be asked to, you will be demanded, your curriculum may demand you to take a seminar, right? If you are strong enough, and if you understand, if your communication is so effective and you have the confidence on you, then that will be very easy for you to conduct your presentation. Okay, and sell ideas, already I told you, right? Especially people those who are in commerce department, you might have getting to MBA after your UG degree. Am I right? Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So marketing is a subject in BCom itself, right? Okay. So influence people and make people to understand you and understand your product and make them to buy your product. Okay. For that, you have to sell your ideas. The more you are efficient in selling your ideas, the more you become a successful marketing head. Okay, and to selling your ideas, convincing people and influence people. Okay, so you might have noticed that in some classes, just for namesake and joke, I take it. I don't take it as take it serious. Take it in lighter way. Okay, in some classes, especially in English classes, you might have noticed that a particular student is very dear to the teachers. dear to the English teachers. Why?
Yes, ma'am.
Why, ma?
Because of their volunteerness.
Volunteerness, especially in relation to
They they might have attracted something special to the teacher
through what?
through their language.
Through their communication. You see, when you have your confidence, when your confidence is built properly, automatically you will answer the teacher. Okay. So again and again, if you answer the teacher, if you respond to the teacher, you will become the darling of the teacher, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
there, literally you influence the teacher. You influence the teacher, right? This is a small example. So likewise, we can influence people by through our language.
Communicate.
Yes. Okay. Are you clear? Are you
Yes,
clear?
ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
So next, 4 elements. 4 things you have to be four things you have to be very strong. Okay, so if you acquire these 4 things, if you are efficient in these 4 things, then you will be an effective speaker in English. Okay, so the first one is vocabulary. We will go one by one. First one is vocabulary, and the second one is grammar, and the third one is pronunciation, and the fourth one is fluency. Okay, so first thing is vocabulary. What do you mean by vocabulary, ma? Sorry?
To know the meaning and the opposite of the particular word.
Okay. Okay. Any other replies?
New word. Synonyms, antonyms.
Synonyms, knowing the synonyms, antonyms. Okay. 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 So can you tell me how many words in English you know so far?
More than 1,000 words.
More than 1,000 words. Wow, 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 wow. Super. Okay. More than 1,000 words you know. Right? Okay. So here your language is a voluminized one here. Right? Your language will become voluminized when your vocabulary is rich. How many words you know in English? Okay, that is what your vocabulary. Right? When your vocabulary is very rich, you will never stammer for words. Okay. So for an example, and see, if you go and check the meaning for the word beauty, you will get the word delight also. But can you use the word beauty in the place of delight, and can you use delight in the place of beauty? For example, one girl comes with a nice attire, nice dress. Can you say that I'm delightful?
No,
Can I
ma'am.
say you are so delightful? Can you say no? There you have to say
Beautiful.
you are so beautiful.
Beautiful.
So this is what if you know those words. Suppose if you don't, for an example, you see your friend, and you are so happy. Okay, you are so happy. In that place, what will you say? I'm so delightful. I'm so delightful. There you can't show that you are so beautiful, right? But if you don't know the word delightful, you will use some other word which is somehow close to that word. Okay, suppose if you don't know that particular word, at the same time, if you know the apt word, what you have to say in for that particular sentence, for particular situation. Okay, so you will use the apt word. So the apt word in the apt place, right word in the right place. This is what called vocabulary. Otherwise, this is what called diction. Your choice of words, what you use. Okay, So how many words you know, that is decided on your vocabulary building. Okay. If your vocabulary building is rich, then you will never stammer for words. Okay, because stammering is the worst enemy for your fluency and your effective communication. Right? Okay, so here are some tips how to enrich your vocabulary. Okay, so the first thing is develop a reading skill. Right? How many of you have a reading habit?
And I have
How many members in this class? Sorry, in this session? Very few members, right? Very few members. Okay. Do you read? Read text? Otherwise, something on internet.
books,
Sorry?
books from the library.
Books from the library. So nice, ma. Because you people are rare species nowadays. Because this is a digital world, right? This is a digital world. Even after coming for physical classes, my students still they are using their text in they use a PDF only because they don't want to carry their books because this is a digital world. So even though you don't like to read anything as a text, okay, so as a book, you could read anything available in social media because you know what to read and what should not be read. Okay, so sometimes if you don't have the reading practice, and you may say you may tell me that, ma'am, we have so much of things to read for our syllabus, so how can I enrich my reading habit? Okay, so how can I spend time for my to develop my reading habit? Okay, at least one page. You have this practice, at least one page. Whatever, there is no restriction. In my college days, in my school days, the teachers insisted me to go through only newspaper. Okay, if you read newspaper, you can get your language. Actually, it's wrong. So if you are not interested in reading newspapers, in newspapers you could get politics, you could get about economics, you could get about the things which goes around you, and you could read about stock market and sports. Suppose let's assume that a person like me who doesn't have interest on all these things, then what I have to read? Then what I have to read, ma?
Novels, books,
What I have to read? Novels,
books.
story books. Okay. So this is what I tell you. So whatever is interesting to you, okay, no matter whatever it is. Okay, it is a short story, it's a poem, otherwise if it is a non-fiction, otherwise if it's a novel, whatever it may be, you read it. Okay, at least one page. One page. What will happen? What will happen? When you read that one page, you will come across at least 5 new words. Okay, 5 new words. So immediately after getting those 5 new words, what did you do? 5 new words. For those words, you don't know the answer. Sorry, you don't know the meaning. In
We
that
will use
case,
in a dictionary.
you will
We will use a dictionary.
use a dictionary. Okay. So dictionary, what and all the things you will come across in a dictionary?
Whether the word is a verb or an adjective, where should
Okay.
we want to use the word, what is the proper meaning for that word.
Okay, what's the proper meaning for the word, and whether the word can be used as a noun, and whether that word can be used as a adjective, otherwise verb. Suppose if it comes as a verb, what's the meaning for it? Suppose if the word is used as a noun, what's the meaning for it? Whether the meaning gets changed. Okay, so these are all the things. And then what else now? What else?
Various meaning of a single word.
Sorry, you will get so many meanings of a single word because we have differentiations according to the subjects what we have, right? You see, in commerce dictionary, you might have come across a word loanee, the person who got a loan. It's called loaning, right? But if you go through a general dictionary, if you cannot come across this word loaning, because loaning is a technical term of commerce department. Okay, so this is how for a particular word we are like in the general dictionary one meaning would be there, in the technical dictionary the meaning must be different. Okay, and what you have told was right. The connotative meaning is different than the literal meaning. Okay, so literal meaning is what you really wanted to say, but connotative meaning depends upon the situation. You can take more meanings for a particular word. Okay, so all those connotative meanings should be given. Okay, and then what else? What else you can come across?
We can learn another more five
Sorry,
meanings. We can learn another five words, ma'am. New words.
Okay. So by looking at the meaning for a single word, you can learn 5 other words. Okay, that is an added advantage. Okay, so 2 things you have missed. I'm going to add that one. Okay, so you see, when you look at the meaning for a word in the side, like before the meaning, you might have seen some symbols. You might have seen some symbols. I hope so. In Samachir Kalpi, in 12th itself, you are introduced with phonetics, right? In 12th itself, you are introduced with phonetics, right? Except English literature students, others you confirm me. Have you ever come across this word phonetics? Yes. What do you mean by phonetics, ma?
How to pronounce the word.
Okay, the symbol, the exact symbol, the phonemes of that word. Okay, so how to pronounce that word, that would be given. If it is in mobile dictionary, even the audio you could hear, you could listen. Okay, and some dictionaries, some good dictionaries, they provide you the usage, how that particular word must be used. Okay, so all these things you would read if you go to check the meaning for only one word. Okay, so in addition you are going to learn 5 new words, and you are going to know the grammatical order of that word, and you are going to know the pronunciation, and you are going to know the usage, how that word used. Okay, and here I have to tell, how many of you have the habit of writing the meaning in the text itself, ma? When you come across a new word, you will check in dictionary and then you will write down the meaning. Have that habit, please stop it. Okay, so suppose if you have this habit, please stop it. Okay, so because once you have written it, you will just forget the meaning itself, you will forget. Okay, at the same time, if you don't write it, in the next time also you've come across the word, but that time itself you feel that that's a new word, that time you will have a confusion. I heard this word, I know something is related to this word, but still I don't know the meaning of this word. Once again you will go to the dictionary. So this is how, nearly no problem. If you go to that exact word at least 5 times, no problem. But when you go like that once, in the fifth time, let's assume that in the 5th time you understand the meaning thoroughly. Okay, you understand the meaning thoroughly, and I'm damn sure that meaning, otherwise that word will not go out of your memory. Are you clear, ma? Do you get the idea? Okay. So another one thing I have to introduce you. Are you all aware of thesaurus? Thesaurus? Are you all aware of thesaurus? Thesaurus? Okay. So today itself, with the permission of your parents, you explore in the internet what is thesaurus. Okay. So thesaurus is nothing but, if you give a word, the synonym of that particular word would come, and the antonyms of that particular word would come. So if you go for one word and 5 words, you will get in the under only one word itself. That is what called thesaurus. Thesaurus is the best way to enrich your vocabulary. Okay, and so the this is what I want to say about develop a reading skill. And the next thing is translate your favorite story. This is a old method but very effective method. Okay, so you all love stories, right?
Yes, ma'am.
You all love stories in the sense adult stories, otherwise children's story you love.
Yes, ma'am.
Both
Children's stories.
children's story. Okay, so no problem. Don't mind whether it is a children's story or the adult story. Okay, take a simple story. Okay, take a simple story and try to translate. Suppose if the story is in English, translate into Tamil. Suppose if the story is in Tamil, you translate it into English. Okay, so while you on the process of translation, you have to search. You have to be in search of meaning for few words. Suppose if you are translating from English to Tamil, that time also you will come across some new words to translate into Tamil. So you will be in search of a particular word's meaning. Suppose if you translate from Tamil to English, you will be in search of equivalent word. Okay, so in from the word which is equivalent to a particular word in Tamil. Okay, so this is also a very popular technique to enrich your vocabulary. And then next one is use dictionary and thesaurus. Already I have talked a lot about in relation to reading skill itself. And play word games. What do you mean by word games?
Cross puzzle.
Cross puzzles, super. Okay, cross puzzles. Then
Ma'am, in school days we have played the game. The letter and the starting letter and the ending letter must be the same letter.
okay, you don't know the game. Okay.
Word building.
Word building.
Building.
Word building. Okay. How word building will be conducted, ma?
Some people say that word cat,
Okay,
and
every day
the
you have
other one
to, yeah. Okay,
is like that.
every day you have to say a word. Okay, good. And then,
Crumbled words.
hmm?
Crumbled words.
Scrambled words. Okay, good. Okay. Another one, interesting game. Interesting game. It might not have an English word for it, but what we do usually do with songs. What's that game? What's that game? Antakshari. Okay. If a person say with a name or with a word in the end with the ending letter. So here, what is the work? You have to understand what? The spelling. Okay. After understanding the spelling only, the next word must be constructed. Okay. Now, so whenever you find free times, whenever let me ask Indumati ma'am and Vishalakshmi ma'am, after completing the syllabus, because in all institutions, this is the pressure that we have to conduct. So I'll talk about it later. So this is the pressure of us to complete the syllabus. Okay. So out of curiosity, we would complete the syllabus on time. 1 week, at least 1 week before the stipulated time, we would complete it. So that time you ask your teacher to conduct an Antakshari. Okay. You know how to Antakshari must be conducted, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry? You played. Okay. So these are tongue twisters. Do you know tongue twisters? That is also will be very useful for effective
Yes,
communication.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. It's very interesting.
Yes. So so next you have to practice new words in your conversation. Okay. So you see, let's assume that we earn a lot of money. We earn a lot of money, but we never spend it. We just keep all the money with us. We never spend it and we never live our life. What's the use of that money? What's the use of that money?
No use.
One of my cousins, even for time pass, she reads only dictionary. But I never seen her talking with others in English. What's the use of it, ma? What's the use of that money? What we save, but without we don't use it for the sake of our life.
It is like filling water in the old bucket.
Yes. Okay. So like the same, reading, you have a good reading activity. You have a good reading activity. You have built your vocabulary nicely, a strong vocabulary you have. And your diction is very good. Okay, while you write, you know how to choose words. But you never use it. You never speak. You never speak in English. Okay, so what's the use of it? What's the use of it? There is no use out of it, right? Okay. So then what you have to do, so whichever the new words you come across, you have to use it in a conversation. Okay. Sometimes you might have asked me, ma'am, what I have to do? Suppose if no situation demanded me to use that particular word, you create it. You create a situation to talk about it. Okay. Otherwise, you could do one thing with you. You can share the words with your friends. Okay, who would give you company. Okay, you shall share the words with them, and this is a word. This word can be used like this, and she also will share with you some words. So this is a way you could exchange new words. Otherwise, you ask your teachers, and this is a request to you teachers. You just give them new words and ask the students to construct and structure new sentences. Okay, at least 5 words per day. You do it. Okay, so you just tell the students only those words and the meanings, and ask the students to construct sentences out of the words. Okay, this is best practices. These are all the best practices to build your vocabulary. Are you clear, ma? Any doubts?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
whatever the doubts you have at the end, we shall discuss. Okay, and the next part. This is my favorite, but I am not very sure whether it is your favorite or not. Is it your favorite too?
Ma'am.
Okay. So why grammar is important? Why grammar is important for an effective communication? Some schools they say that there is no communication, there is no connectivity between the the knowledge on grammar and your efficiency in grammar and your fluency. Some schools they have this thought. Is grammar important or not?
It is very important. Important.
It is very important, right?
Very important.
So, yes, good. Ma'am. So there is a player, a football player, a football player. He doesn't know rules and he doesn't know how to play. Okay, and the second player, he doesn't know the rules, but he is so efficient. He hit the ball exactly, but he doesn't know the rules. And the third player is there. He knows the rules as well as he play well. Okay, so between these 3 players, which player is good, ma? Which player is the best player?
The third player who knows the rules.
The third player. The second player, even though he doesn't know the rules, but he played well. He plays well. What is the use of it? Suppose he had done something which would earn the point to the opposite team. What's the use of it? Right? So all the time, the rule is in communication, rule is nothing but the grammar. Okay, so the grammar is the rule here, and without rule, if we without knowing the, you see, we might have managed like this. Error is human. Okay, yeah, I to accept. If some, if the tense goes wrong, if the tense goes wrong, that is okay with a kid. Okay, usually kids, how do they talk? How do they talk, kids? Engappa ne naliki mutai vangi tandane. How many tenses are there? Engappa naliki mutai vangi tandane. How many tenses involved? Future and past. Okay. So if you talk like this, anyone adjust with you? If a kid if a kid talks like this, okay, we will smile at the kid and we will laugh at the kid, right? At the same time, we are grown up. But if we don't know how to use a tense, okay, how to use a tense in a proper way, okay, will anyone adjust with that? If we go and talk like that, people will laugh at us, right? என்ன வளரிட்டு இருக்க, ஒழுங்கா பேச தெரியாதா அவனுக்கு? So this is the way they targeted on us, right? Okay, at least for that sake. Okay, so if you ask me, grammar is so important. That is the and you also accept it, right? So how to develop it? How to develop it? The first thing. So for everything, whatever may be the skill, reading. That is so important. We have talked a lot about reading. That's why I just leave the topic, the subtitle, read more. Okay, we have talked much about it, right? And get a grammar manual. It is nothing but a grammar book. Okay, so nothing wrong if you have a very good grammar book with you, because as it is a foreign language, we don't know at which situation we get doubts on any of the grammatical rules. Nothing wrong if we go and check it in dictionary, check it in grammar book. Okay, so don't mind about your age, don't mind about your class. Okay, you have a grammar book with you. Okay, so even though I have a grammar book in my mobile and laptop, I have a hard copy also with me. Okay, and listen to others. The next thing, how to construct your knowledge in how to be efficient in grammar, you have to listen more. Okay, so in which situation which tense is used, in which situation which type of speech is used, whether it is direct speech or indirect speech. Suppose if it is an indirect speech, how the tense is being changed, how the first person is changed, and how the place of time, the time is being changed. Okay, so these are all the things you can understand from others. Okay, the more you listen, the more you can gain. Have to listen a lot. And next thing, write a lot, write more. So when you read and write, you can check yourself how many words you know. Okay, so grammatically how far you are strong, that can be checked only through your writing skill. If you don't think it is writing, it is a scribbling, no problem. Okay, you write something and you proofread it. Do you know what is proofreading, ma? Just going through whether there are mistakes or not. And I'm sure till today, even elders, we make mistakes while we write, because even in texting, while we text to our officials, we make mistakes because in a tension we type it. Okay, but if we proofread it, we will understand the mistakes properly, the grammatical mistakes, the spelling mistakes, everything we can understand. Okay, so as it is a very bored topic to all of you, I don't stay here for a long time. Okay, anyway, you please be strong enough in grammatical rules. Okay, So you all know, you all are strong enough in tenses, right, ma? Yes.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
So major thing, if you are very strong in tenses, that is your 50% of your effective communication, effective speaking skill, that is over, ma. Because we must know how to use which tense in which place. Okay. And the second thing what you have to be strong is the reported speech, the direct speech and indirect speech. Okay. And the third thing, most of the classes we neglect it, but that is so important. That is the conditional class. Okay, because conditional class also we use very often in our communication. Okay, so please thorough on all these grammatical rules. Okay, and the next element for effective speaking is pronunciation. Why it is important? Why it is important?
For effective speaking.
For effective speaking, first of all, what we say that has to reach the person exactly, right? That is one point. Good. Then
Fluency, style to understanding, to understand
what?
anything clearly.
Yeah, what Nandini? I hope so. I forget. Shalini, right? Madhu, who has joined in the name of Madhu, is Shalini, right?
No, ma'am.
Sorry. Come again. What's your name?
I'm Madhumita, ma'am.
Madhumita. Okay. So Madhumita, what Madhumita mentioned was the first, that is the prayer reason why we have to use the pronunciations exactly. Okay, some people, we know that they know all the rules. They are very efficient in grammar. Okay, their writing skill is very, if superb, right? They have fine vocabulary. They are efficient in writing too, but that pronunciation is worst. Okay, they don't know how to use the word that. Instead, they use that. Ta, because in our mother tongue, the influence of the word ta is very strong. So that's the reason. Ra, ta. We never use the word car. I want a car. We never say car. Instead, we say car. Car. We stress on R. So whenever the R comes along with an vowel, it is silent. My father, my mother, paper, right? But we all pronounce that R and ta. Okay, these are all. Okay, so you see, when I was working in my first institution, there most of this nearly 25% of the students are from Manipur. Okay, you see, they don't have their uh, the the letter R in their mother tongue. They don't have very soft sounds in their mother tongue. That's the reason they can't pronounce sounds like yeah. They can't pronounce sounds like R. Okay. So usually when I was working there, I was an unmarried, and we teachers also never allowed to use mobile phones inside the premises. Okay. So when we got phone calls from college, from our houses, that time our name will be called over mic, and then when we heard then we have to go down and attend the call. Okay. So usually that I requested the Manipuri students to inform me if my name was called. Okay. So you can't believe, guys, how they use the words. Matham, you see, they don't have the word, they don't have the sound da sound also. Matham, they don't know how to pronounce the words matham. Instead, matham, Sidevi, on. This is the way they communicated. Okay, you just imagine, will it be nice? Will it be nice? In
No,
a,
ma'am.
in a forum, can they talk like this? When I go there, I met him. When I go there, I will meet him. The construction is right. The words whichever you used are right. But the pronunciation, when I go there, it is go. Is it go? It's go. When I go there, I will meet him. Right? Okay. Which one will be valued, ma? Which one will be valued? Which type of pronunciation will be valued? The first type or the second type?
The second type.
Second type.
Okay. So immediately you will get an attention. So what initially she mentioned was right. Okay. It added style to your language. It added style to your language. People will turn around you. Oh, who is talking in a better English? Right? Okay. So this respect and this validation you can get only through your pronunciation, right? So to get the pronunciation, is it possible for everyone to go for a phoneme dictionary? We have a phoneme dictionary in English department. Is it possible for everyone to go for a phoneme dictionary? If you take a word, for that particular word, how that phonemes are arranged, that you can get in phonetics dictionary. Is it possible for everyone to do that, ma? Is it possible for everyone? No. At the same time, you could listen a person who could arrange the phonemes right. Okay, so the more you listen, the more that sound it would enter inside your mind. Okay, see, always you remember this. For effective speaking, two other activities are important. Okay, whatever you receive through your eyes, whatever you receive through your ears. Okay, these are the two entry points. Through these two entry points, the words and the sounds, everything it enters, and everything is stored here. Everything is stored, and the stored consciousness and the stored knowledge and the collective knowledge that comes out of your mouth. This is the exit point. So this is these two are the entry point. This is the storage house, and this is the exit point. So if these two are work properly, this one will work proper. Okay, then only this area, this entrance will work proper. Okay, so for an effective speaking, you have to listen a lot. Listen. Whatever is available in English. Don't mind whether it is a song, whether it is a it's a serial, otherwise whether it's a movie, whatever it may. Initially, you might not get any understanding out of it. Okay, so through the pictures, through the visuals itself, you can understand something, right? So that's enough. But you listen and more. First of all, don't compel your teachers to handle the classes, the English classes in Tamil. Okay, so let the teachers speak. You listen. Okay, initially, you might have. I'm talking about the students, those who are really those who have problem in understanding English. Okay, for a month, let it go. Okay, for a month you might not understand anything, but then it becomes your usual practice. So don't ask your teachers to go bilingual in classes. Okay, that is the best practice. In everyday situation you could listen English. Okay, moreover, other than class, you may have your own time, at least 1 hour for you, watching TV, otherwise talking with your friend, anything. Okay, so I'll come to that part later, but you might have heard chances to listen something, right? Let it be in English. You listen something in English, the conversations in English, the songs in English, the music in English, everything. Okay, so you listen everything, but you have to check yourself, right? Whether your pronunciation is right or wrong, right? We have so many applications in market nowadays to check your pronunciation. So record your your whatever the presentation. Otherwise, if you want to check your pronunciation of a general conversation, just like that, just for names, just as a hobby, otherwise a time pass, to record something what you talk. Okay, record it and listen it. Okay, and see the nothing. You can have another one practice. You listen a story. You listen a story and you repeat the same story in your own words. Okay, and record that and listen it, and then you will find out the difference how a particular word is used in the story and how you have used the story, used that particular word, and you will find out the difference. Okay, this is an effective method. Seems to be an interesting method. If you are really passionate towards effective communication, you could do it. Okay, and this is next point, having a phonetic chart. It is possible for BA English literature students, because for them at least one paper would be prescribed for phonetics, so they will know which are all the symbols. Okay, and if you are already introduced in school itself about phonemes and all, you also can have some charts. Okay, because phonetic the transcription, how you use for a word, that is different. How you use it in a sentence, that is different. Okay, so for this phonetic chart will be useful, and dictionary we have discussed a lot. Okay, do some exercise. This is what I told in connection to record. I told you do some exercise. Okay, so I told about the story meeting, right? So that would be a finest example. That would be very convenient to you and effective at the same time. It will give you fun also. Okay, and next element is fluency. What is the first thing you have to do to develop your speaking skill?
Listening.
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 Let's speak, ma'am.
Speaking. Yeah. If you want to speak, first you have to speak. That's the thing. Okay. Don't mind whether it is right or wrong, whether it is Butler English or better English. Don't mind about it. Okay. So always keep in mind, if someone finds fault on your language, you should not be upset. Instead, you have to, first of all, you have to within your mind you have to say, okay, I have to develop myself. And again, if that's the insult, it haunts you, then you have to console your mind like this. See, this is a foreign language. This is not my mother tongue. So I need not to feel upset for it. I need not to feel ashamed of it. If I committed mistake in my mother tongue, then it is really a shameful thing. But for a foreign language, I need not to feel shameful. Okay, this is the way you could console yourself. But one thing you should not stop, that is speaking. If you are ready to talk, if you are ready to speak, really one day you will be your language will be an effective one, right? You will be a master in English. Okay? And then reflect. The next point, reflect on your conversation. What do you mean by reflect on your conversation? You see, reflect on your, sorry ma?
That means we are giving reply.
Giving reply. Oh, actually here what I mean is, let's assume that, you see, I'm damn sure I'm going to request Vishalati ma'am to send this video recording, because I wanted to listen it back. Then only I could understand which are all the places I might have used wrong words. That means the diction where I have to develop. Okay, and out of my absent-mindedness, which are all the mistakes I have done. Okay, so this is what called reflection on our conversation. Okay, this is how After in the initial period, once we become master in language, no problem, automatically it would come. Okay. If you are in the initial period, whenever you had a chance to talk with someone in English, after you leave out of that place, you just rewind everything. Okay, he asked me this, I replied this, whether my language was right, whether I have used all the words rightly. Okay. So this is the way you have to reflect upon your conversation. Then only you can find out your mistakes. Finding out your mistake is the first step. Okay, are you clear now? Next.
Yes, ma'am.
This is very tough to do it, but no other go. If you have to increase your fluency, you have to do. This is thinking in English. This is a factory. This is a factory. Okay. Whatever you feel, that has to be converted. For example, if you ask me any question, that has to, this is the process of communication, that has to reach me, that has to reach my brain, and my brain has to prepare an answer, what I have to tell you. Right? Everything must be given within a fraction of second. Okay? So that much speed it must be. So here, in addition, we give an additional work while we talk in English. We give the work to the brain to think in Tamil and translate it in English. So I have taken Tamil as the regional language. Okay, here. So we think it in Tamil and we ask the brain to convert it, translate it in English, and then we speak. So here, the thing will not happen within the fraction of second. The process is being stopped. There is an obstacle. Okay, that's why it's very tough, but still you have to practice. Whenever you are quiet, you just test yourself whether I could think it in English without the help of my regional language, without the help of my mother tongue. Can I think anything? Okay, so you do it as a fun activity, and in on time you could develop it. Okay, and talk to yourself. So when you think in English, then you get the practice within you. Okay, nothing. You just go out, go near your window. Go near your window. You just observe what is going on on the street. Okay, everything you think in English. Don't think in your mother tongue. Think in English and speak within you. Within you. Okay, so whenever you are free, your mind is free, with the mind is not preoccupied with any other things. When you are sitting relaxed, that time you have this fun activity. It is look outside, looks at the surrounding of you, and then you think everything in English and speak within you. Okay, and another one again, and very effective way to increase your fluency, but this situation is something different, something difficult. You see, surround yourself in English. Is it possible? Is it possible?
No, ma'am, not at all.
Not at all, right? But we have a better place for this. We cannot, just like that, we cannot leave it aside. We have a better place for it. At home, we might not surrounded with English, right?
Yes, ma'am.
But we have a space for it. What's that?
College.
College. And then
Working place.
working place or college. Otherwise, with a
Professionals.
strong group is there. A strong group is there. With your friends. With your friends and colleagues. Okay. So the surrounding may not be suitable for us. The surrounding may not be suitable for us. But we can make the surrounding suitable for us. Okay. So it seems to be a joke for you now. it seems to be, if I see what my friend will think if I go and talk with her. Is it possible to express my inner feelings with my friend in English? Okay, then how can I talk with my friend? Because this is the bondage between me and my friend is to share our inner feelings. Whatever I feel about anything in this world, I wanted to communicate with my friend. So that time, if I use English, is it possible to communicate effectively? Effectively, that means can I conduct my emotions and feelings effectively with my friends? Okay, all these questions would come, but no other go, my dear friends. If you want to be a master in English, if you want to have an effective communication, no other go. The teachers and the friends, they are the best partners for you. We can't going to England and staying there for 1 year. It is not possible for everyone, right? Is it possible? For few members, it could be possible, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Few members, it could be possible. Okay, even in suppose if we come to city, there in some colleges you might have seen the entire campus would talk in English because people from various backgrounds they would come, and that's the reason they would communicate in English. Okay, so that is possible for them. Otherwise, libraries like British Council Library, so there if you go, you could listen English everywhere. You could be in the surrounding, but is it possible in our house? Is it possible in our house? No. No. Right? But most of the time we are in where? We are where? Where we are? At house or college? College.
House,
So
ma'am.
when we pick house, you see, we are there in the sense we should not include the sleeping time. Right? The sleeping time, our personal time, these timings we should not include. How many hours you are with your family? How many hours you are with your family, ma? Hardly 2 hours. Hardly 2 hours. Remaining hours you are engaged with your college works, right? Remaining hours you are chatting with your friends, and you go to bed, right? So hardly you are 2 hours with your parents, right? Most of the time, nearly 8 hours you are in your college. So you could make that surrounding possible for this activity. Okay, unless until you speak out, I am damn sure, guys. So unless until you speak out, you cannot acquire language. Okay, it's within you. Okay, no one can make you talk in English. When I have gone to an interview in that college, I was I had gone for a job for I hope so, as a soft skill trainer. Okay, that time the principal asked me, suppose if we offer the job, within how many months you would make our students to talk in English? Then I replied to the principal that even though it is 4 years, I couldn't make your students to talk in English, sir. But if they decided to talk in English, within an hour they could be excellent in English. Okay. So this is my principle. Maybe yours is different, your teachers may be different, but this is my opinion that no one in this world can make you to talk in English. But if you decide, if the environment decide, for example, if you go to Goa, if you go to Mumbai, you don't know Hindi, you don't know Kongani, that time, automatically what will you do? What did you do? You will talk in English. You will talk in English, right? What made you? The environment made you, right? Who had done it? Who had done it? Who had done it? Yourself. Yourself. Unless until you decided to be excellent in English, unless until you decided to talk, no one can make you to talk in English. Okay, so you decide to speak in English and you be excellent in English. Okay, otherwise, no teacher of you. Teachers can encourage you. Teachers can make the environment for you to talk. But can they pull your tongue out? Can they pull the words out? Is it possible? Is it possible, ma? No. So you have to decide. Okay. So we have come to almost the end of the session. Okay, please bear with me for another 10 minutes. Okay. So barriers in speaking skill. The first barrier is lack of confidence. Okay. So what I talked before 1 minute is related to this point. Okay. And no one can make you confident. The confidence must be come out of you. You have to patch yourself. Okay. So be confident. You can talk in English. Okay. Don't afraid of the person with whom you are talking. Okay. Don't afraid of the forum in which you are talking. Okay. So you must build the confidence within you. So when you have the confidence, automatically you will talk. Okay. And then this is what I set aside for the last part. The text-oriented system. The system is a problem. Why we couldn't talk proper in English? So can you understand what I mentioned here as a system?
Education system.
Our education system. Okay. So what it does now? They give us a vast syllabus, right? A vast syllabus, right? We have to read. We have to read whatever is given in the syllabus. We have to read and write. We have to read and write. This is what our exam pattern is. This is what our academic system is. Where is the space? Where is the space to talk? Right. So the system didn't allow us, didn't give a space for us. Maybe some other time you might have a new paper called communication skill. Okay. At least in that paper there will be a scope. There will be a scope for getting you a chance to talk in English. Okay. So the system is a problem from childhood onwards. Okay. It always insisted us to read something and vomit it in paper. It didn't allow us vomit through our hands. It didn't allow us to vomit through our mouths. Okay, this is a main problem, and again, everything is within you. Okay. So even apart from syllabus, you start reading apart from syllabus. If you listen to class properly, you need not to prepare. You need not to take a separate time for your test preparation. Okay, but you could fare in exams. So the remaining time you can utilize it for enhancing your other skills. Okay. So you see, effective communication skill, speaking skill. What do you mean by skill, ma'am? What's the meaning for the word skill?
The talent.
The skill in this talent. Talent or skill. It doesn't mean that it should be an inborn quality. Skill means it need not be an inborn quality. Instead, art is an inborn quality. Teaching is an art. Okay, so everyone cannot be a teacher unless until they have the capacity, unless until they have that art within them. Okay, but skill is related to your talents, related to your efforts. Okay, art cannot be tamed, but talent cannot be tamed. Okay, the skill can be developed. Okay, so that's the reason you, apart from your syllabus, you go apart from your syllabus. Think out of the box. How can I make the environment to boost up my communication skill? Okay, and I could join in a class. I could join in other classes there, especially. See, so many conferences are going on, and some discussion forums are going on. So wherever the possibility is there to open up yourself, Okay, join in that. And you listen, whatever we have discussed, listening, reading, all those skills. For that, you invest your own time for it. Okay, don't we should not simply escape by keeping all the fault on the system. Instead, we could utilize our time profitably. Okay, and insufficient exposure. This is also an barrier that is already we have talked about this. So we didn't have much exposure and we didn't have much the environmental support to exhibit our language. Right. Okay, this is another one problem, and this one also I gave you idea, right? How to do it, ma? Don't expect for a situation. Instead, you create a situation. Okay. So don't expect for the exposure. Instead, you create the exposure. Okay. And wrong choice of words. If your vocabulary is built well, you will use apt word in the apt place and right word in the right place. Okay. And the last thing, influence of your mother tongue, which cannot be avoided. What is influence of your mother tongue? What I try to say here, the influence of your mother tongue, that is also a reason why we couldn't fluent in English, we couldn't talk properly in English.
Our mother tongue not allowed to speak in English.
Your mother tongue will come first. When you try to
Yes.
think in English, your mother tongue will overpower it. Okay. When you wanted to pronounce something clearly, that time, suppose voluntarily if you do, consciously if you do, the pronunciation would be right. But unconsciously, if you try to say anything, your mother tongue will overpower it and the pronunciation will go wrong. Okay, so the influence of the mother tongue, that will not allow you to be proper in your language. Okay, so lots of practices needed, right? So sit aside, I ask you to sit aside and watch the environment and think it in English and talk within you. Okay, so first 1 week, first 1 month, when you do this, you could understand the influence of your mother tongue. It will not allow you to talk in it will not allow you to think in English. Okay, but after a month, okay, if you have a tedious job, okay, if you have done a tedious work, surely in the next month onwards, you could find a difference in the flow of your language, in the fluency of your language, because your thought process would be changed. Okay, the influence of your mother tongue would go down, and you would start thinking in English. Okay, so that is the finest way to enhance your speaking skill. Any questions? Any questions?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
No? Any questions from your side? Sophia, thank you.
Okay. Students, do you have any doubt you can clarify with ma'am? Do you have? Girls? Oh, okay, thank you. Okay. Yes.
Sorry? Clear, Kristen. Okay, thanks a lot. It's a great compliment to me.
Yes.
Okay. So sorry, I've taken much time, right?
No, no, ma'am.
Okay.
So useful it was.
Okay, thanks a lot, ma'am.
Okay. Now I extend my most sincere thanks. Yes. A virtual classroom is an online learning environment that allows for live interaction between the tutor and the learners. The title, Apprehension to Articulation, Enhancing Speaking Skill, that you have chosen and the slides you have prepared assisted our students in accomplishing their interests and goals in future. Ma'am, you have provided ideas on what should and must be done to increase the English language skill and explained why speaking skill in English is important with its four elements like vocabulary, grammar, pronunciation, and fluency. We thoroughly enjoyed your presentation, especially the first super slide, How the English in My Mind and the English I Speak. Your delivery was so engaging that I personally lost all track of my time. Congratulations on the speech, ma'am. I hope your talk gave a great boost to our students too, to think much better. Thank you once again, ma'am. Eventually, I extend my most sincere thanks to the Almighty God for making today's session so successful, and thanks to the most intellectual students for gracing the occasion. Thank you once again, all. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot. Mattu, thank you for your compliments. I miss you all.
Thank you, ma'am.
If time permits, we shall meet in person. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Sure, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks a lot for the hospitality, Vishalakshmi, ma'am. Indumati, ma'am. Dr. Indumati, your words are very great for me.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. You are deserved for that, ma'am.
Okay, thanks a lot, ma'am. Thanks a lot for the students' patience, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thanks a lot, ma'am. Vishalakshmi, ma'am asked me to go bilingual, ma'am, but on the flow I forgot it, ma'am. Vishalakshmi, ma'am.
No problem, ma'am. It's very clear, ma'am. Students enjoy the laughter.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
And
Thanks,
also,
thanks.
yeah.
Sorry, ma'am.
The students also like to talk in English. They responded in English, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am. That's a nice part of this, ma'am.
They did. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, shall I take leave, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, once again, let me express my congratulations to the team, those who organized this program, and all the best, all of my student friends. Okay, I take leave. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Hello. Thank you, ma'am.